force Vice President Yemi OSINBAJO out, Thickens. Power brokers in the presidency are not relenting in their bid to oust Vice President Yemi OSINBAJO from office. Daily Independence has gathered exclusively. Despite several attempts at forcing him out to resign from office, OSINBAJO has remained unruffled. In this position, a correspondent gathered has continued to infuriate members of the purported cabal in the presidency who are reportedly determined to get him out at all costs. Speaking with Daily Independent on Tuesday, a credible source in the presidency said members of the cabal are still hell-bent on having OSINBAJO resigning or being impeached over election funds connected to the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS. He added that more developments relating to OSINBAJO and his powerful detractors will continue to unfold between now and January 2020. Timmy Frank, a former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, APC, had called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Director of the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, to investigate claims that OSINBAJO allegedly got 90 billion naira from Mr. Tunde Fowler, the FIRS boss, to prosecute the 2019 presidential election. OSINBAJO had denied the allegation and even offered to waive his immunity so he could be investigated on the matter. The cabal is not relenting. They want OSINBAJO out at all costs. They are pushing him to either resign or being impeached and tried on the said FIRS related fund. Their belief is that Timmy Frank may be wrong on the actual figures he mentioned, but he is right that the vice president's office actually got money from FIRS for the 2019 presidential election. That was one of the reasons why Fowler was queried by the presidency through the chief of staff to the president, Abba Kyari. Feelers we are getting have it from now till January next year will be very interesting in the presidency. He said trouble began for OSINBAJO shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari constituted his cabinet for second term. This saw the National Social Investment Program, which was under OSINBAJO's watch, moved to a new ministry. The Innovative Social Invention Program, for which government earmarked 500 billion naira in annual budgetary appropriations, had been under the office of the vice president since its launch in 2016. Mariam Uwais, a special advisor to the presidency, supervises the program. The president further emasculated the vice president when he announced the creation of the Economic Advisory Council to replace the Economic Management Team, then headed by the vice president. Events took a worse turn when 35 aides working in the vice president's office were sacked during President Buhari's recent vacation abroad. Though the report was at first denied by the presidency, it was later confirmed in a statement by Garba Shehu, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity. The development was further confirmed by President Muhammadu Buhari himself, who said the aides were not sacked but were only redeployed to a new ministry. However, those affected have confirmed to Daily Independent that they were actually sacked despite the directive from the president that they be redeployed to other ministries. One of OSINBAJO's aides who was affected by the sack said he has yet to hear anything about the presidential recall requiring him to return to his duties. According to the aide, who is based in Lagos, although the vice president has discussed the matter with the president, who said he knew nothing about the sack, no serious action has been taken by the president to reverse the decision. He said, I haven't heard anything since. I am back to Lagos waiting to hear from them. I understand that the vice president had discussed the matter with the president Buhari, who said he knew nothing about our sack because he only approved our redeployment to the ministries. However, till now, he has not taken any action to reverse he said. So guys, they will come out and tell you, oh, it is the work of a mischief maker. It is the work of this. Even the vice president is still denying it, even when he has told some of his pastor colleague that, you know, the problem or the whole thing coming out from Aso Rock is the work of the cabal. Who are the cabals that we know? Abakari, Mama Daura, and Funtwa, you know, likes of them like that. But of recent, I heard when Fani Kayode was telling Osinbajo to resign. I was just like, is this has been what this has been on ground, and the Fani Kayode has been saying it. I was just thinking maybe, it was just a repeated news, but now I'm getting to know that it's really not an old news. Recent move by Fani Kayode telling the vice president to resign. Everybody just felt that, this matter has been overflogged, that maybe they are going to resolve it. But first and foremost, the president came out and said, oh, nobody is too big for him to control, that this and this and that. They said all manner of things. What we are hearing in Aso Villa is really, really true. With all of this, everything is true. They are just trying to cover up. A lot of things are going wrong in Aso Villa. Even in Nigeria, a lot of things are going wrong, but they are trying to cover it. Like the other time, I said it, that the vice president said he was going to sue Timmy Frank. And I said for Timmy Frank to be making that statement, and he said he got the information, reliable information from a reliable source in the Aso Villa. And for him to have been the spokesperson of APC before now, yes, you can't tell me that you will not even have an insider that will be relating some of these issues. When people came out, oh, the Cabals are after Osinbajo because of 2023, he said, no, forget it, that is far from it. It is this FIRS money, 90 billion naira. But the vice president said he was going to sue it. He was going to sue him. He was going to, up to now, nothing has happened. He knows quite all right. Like this information we are getting, these fillers we are getting now, Timmy Frank might not be able to get the exact amount or exact figures, but it's very, very close to that. Whether it is 90 billion, but the problem now is that the money was taken from FIRS, and because of the election, whether Osinbajo used it for his personal decision or he did not use it for any whatever, irrespective of whether he carried out the duty according to the money collected, but something is wrong somewhere. That money was collected, something is happening around that FIRS issue, and things are beginning to unfold. So they cannot tell us things are not really going on well. I could remember when the president's wife went to campaign for Yaya Bello in Kogi State. I saw the vice president's wife. She was just smiling, even in that messy environment. The president's wife was begging the Kogi people to vote for Yaya, to forgive and forget, and the woman was there. And those are the things that are getting people worried. That how can you say you have integrity with your level of your faith, and you are in that kind of atmosphere where you know quite all right that things are not working well. You are begging for somebody who did not do well. It is a known fact. It is all over the place. But that being said, is a different ballgame entirely. And the same thing that even the vice president is trying to cover up. Things are not going on well. So what are you looking for? And that is why people are questioning their integrity. So telling us that nothing has happened in Aso Villa is a fallacy, because everything is just opened. But they can deny it for all they care. And they will be telling you a speech, or people are saying that is not even a speech, because information coming out daily that things are not working well. Okay, if you say that is a speech, then what happened to Garba Shehu that said they were sacked? Initially, they denied it, but Garba Shehu, who is the spokesperson for the president or media and publicity or whatever, came out and said, of course, they were sacked. And the reason they were sacked was that they were trying to cut costs. And meanwhile, the president came and said, no, they were not sacked, that they were just redeployed. And like one of the aides was saying that the vice president has spoken with the president on that note, then was that not a glaring lie? A known and feasible lie that we can just even hear, if we can even feel it and touch it, even if we cannot touch it. For the president to say no, they were not sacked. Garba Shehu said they were sacked, and now okay, you have now seen that they've been sacked, and now till then you have not done anything about it. The president has not done anything about it. That means Garba Shehu lied, or is it the president that is lying? We should be able to fish out and iron all of these things, these two things together. You said your spokesperson said they were sacked, and he gave reasons why they were sacked. Now you said no, they were not sacked, they were redeployed. And since you came back, and if really that you said there's nobody too big for you to control, then why can't these people be brought back? Up until now, what are they waiting for? When Fani Kayode will be saying the vice president should resign, people say no, this and that. That means they are there for themselves, because if really you are for the masses, you know what to do. People can argue it for all they care. Oh, you can argue it anywhere you want to take it to, anywhere you want to argue it to. But the truth remains that the truth must be said, and the right thing must be done. You can be there because of any whatever you want to do, but the truth is that things are not working well. Why did they not sue? Why did they not sue Timmy Frank? Okay, let's agree that things, okay, people, okay, maybe people are trying to mix up things. Then these two incidents, from the Garba Shehu, who said they were sacked, and now these people said, the vice president, the president said that he didn't tell them to sack them. So what are we talking about? So, and Nigerians are not even asking that kind of questions. They will say, oh, forget about it. Let's talk on another thing. Like I always say, when you don't handle little things, by the time they aggravate to where you cannot even undo them, it will be so difficult. Those are the little things. Oh, that is not our problem for now. It is not our problem, but it's a big statement. It's a big issue that the president said different thing. The spokesperson said this, and these people were sacked. And the president said, and we should be able to believe what the president said, not even the this thing. And that means the this thing should be fired. Garba Shehu should be fired if the president said, no, I didn't say this, and they carried out that instruction and sacked those people. One of the people said they have not been called back, but he has from a good authority that the vice president has spoken with the president, and up until now nothing has been done. So what are we talking about? Who is fooling who is playing with people's emotions here? Who is playing on people's intelligence here? So that's what we are talking about. Things are not going on well. The other day we heard about the alliance between the president's wife that always complained about the Cabal and Abakari, and the same Abakari is still on this issue, and they say they are bent on taking this man out. So, like Fanika they said, if you don't resign, you will be pushed out disgracefully. Whether it's there, it's not there. What we are concerned about is that things are not going on well, and the things happening now is affecting the masses. It's affecting everybody. Financially, it might not affect them. Maybe it might be affecting them, they themselves that are deaf emotionally. But Nigerians, we are being affected emotionally, financially, everything you can think of. Nigerians are being affected. Then if those little things that the people call little things that, oh, forget it, don't talk about it, is not the big issue. If they cannot handle those issues, those little issues, then how do you expect them to handle the bigger issues that we are faced with in this country? Everybody's complaining, the security, the economy, the infrastructure, name it, everything is upside down. If they cannot handle this thing that you call little things, if they can't handle it, and you see that there's a loophole there, somebody say this and the president say no, I didn't say so, and now you are not even sacking the people that went, that did otherwise. And how do you expect us to believe what you are saying? That means they are just disguising, they are working against this vice president. Well, they should be able to say to themselves, well, but if these things can be happening, then there's no hope that they are ready to work for the masses. That is my own opinion concerning this issue. Someone says Vice President Osinbajo himself should speak out and let the world know what is going on. He's not ready to say anything, so he prefers what is happening. So he's even trying to protect himself. He's not even there because of people. So he's not ready to say anything. The whole thing is glaring. He's not ready to say anything. Someone said this allegation against the Vice President Osinbajo is very contradictory. For instance, Osinbajo should not be allegedly needing money from FIRS to fund election. He is not the principal candidate. Does it make sense? Or even if he got money from FIRS, the presidency must be aware of it, because this is an election. The president himself is involved seriously, and one occasion recently, Oshomole has made a statement that the money that was used in funding the election of Buhari Osinbajo 2019 was gotten from mainly free will donation. That's what you are saying. Somebody saying the president. Do you think the president is aware of most of the things happening? You can't even read in between lines. This issue we are talking about, Garba Shehu that said that this aides or to the vice president were sacked because they are trying to cut costs. The president came back and said no, he didn't tell them to sack them, that they were told to be redeployed. And meanwhile, the people sacked are still not back on their duties. So what are you saying that the president should have known? You think the president knows what is happening? Mostly many things happening in this country. You think he knows about it? No, I don't even agree on that. Whether money collected for FIRS, but the issue is that something is wrong around that place, and the vice president cannot deny it, and that's why he's not even coming out boldly to speak. So guys, that is my opinion. I don't know what you think about all of these things. Please leave your comment below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.